Hello friends, welcome to Nirmal Bang. I'm Piyush Jain and today we are going to talk about Power Finance Corporation and its latest NCD issue. For talking about that, let me now welcome the management, Srimati Parminder Chopra, Director of Finance and Additional Charge Chairman and Managing Director, Power Finance Corporation Limited. Ma'am, welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning everyone. Thank you.
Ma'am, we have seen you had a successful fundraising through bonds in May month. Help us understand, it appears that this NCD issue which you are bringing in the market, it's a part of the overall borrowing program, which as I remember was around 60,000 crores. Please correct me if the figure has changed. But please help us understand about this latest NCD issue.
Yeah, I would like to say that our current year borrowing plan is about 80,000 crore for the FY24.
It has increased.
Yes, it has increased. So, just to give a background, PFC is a non-banking financial institution and is primarily into the funding of the power sector, which includes backward and forward linkages and other allied activities in the power sector. As on date, if we talk that our 31st March 2023, our loan book stands at 4.22 lakh crore. We have also been mandated and expanding our horizons to the infrastructure sector also. That was allowed in the second half of the previous financial year. So for borrowing, lending activity, we are doing borrowing from the domestic as well as from the international market, which includes in the domestic market majorly the private placement of the bonds through the financial institution and other superannuation funds are the major investors in that. Apart from this, and that constitutes approximately 60% of our total borrowing.
Okay.
We do borrow from the term loans from the banks, which as on 31st March is approximately 20% of our total borrowing. And in the international market, we borrow from bonds as well as through syndicated loan. And again, borrowing from the international sources constitute approximately 20% of our total borrowing. If we talk of the sources which slowly picking up is that we have been mandated by the government in 2017 to issue capital gain 54 EC bonds. So that since it's a public at large again is involved, that is a private placement, and we have been raising sources through that also. All the financial institution and the primary investors are engaged with PFC and is contributing to the overall, you can say, overall progress of the power sector and as well as the Indian economy. So that is why we thought that let HNIs and each and every citizen of the country should participate in the growth story of India, power sector and energy transition. That is why we thought that let us bring a public issuance of taxable bonds. We started this exercise in 2022 also. That was our maiden taxable public issue of bonds. We were the first public sector undertaking to bring such bonds. So at that point of time, there was a very good response and all the investors have posed faith in it. The issue was oversubscribed at that point of time 9 times and we raised approximately 4,400 crore under that issuance. So looking at the interest rates which is suitable to retail and the HNIs at large, we thought that this is the appropriate time that we should bring the retail issuance of the bonds and let everybody participate in the growth story of India. So that was the basic.
Right, ma'am. And for this issue, the base issue size is around 500 CR?
Yeah, the base issue size is 500 crore for this issuance with an option to retain oversubscription for another 4,500 crores. And for the convenience of the retail, the minimum subscription has been kept as only 10,000 rupees with an option with a multiple of 1,000 for further any investment. We have brought three tenors for the retail issuance, or in this particular instance, it's 2 years, 10 years, and 15 years. There are four categories. One is the retail, the another is HNIs, that is the category 3 and 4, where it is expected we have kept the 40% allocation for each one of the category, and the interest rate is in the range of 7.50 to 7.55. 7.50 for 3 years, 7.53 for 10 years, and 7.55 for the 15-year paper. For the category 1, institutional investor, and category 2, non-institutional investors like corporates, we have kept the allocation at 10% each with a slightly lower coupon, which is 7.45 for 3 years, 7.47 for 10 years, and 7.50 for 15 years. The issue is proposed to be listed on the Bombay Stock Exchange. So I think this is about the issue.
Right, ma'am. I want to ask, out of curiosity, I want to ask you this question. The last time you came out with an issue that also had options, Callput associated with it. This time, is there some different thought around for this issue? Because we have seen it's not a big jump, but a slight increase from the perspective, very slight increase from the perspective of bond deals being offered. But was there any sort of different thought process this time?
We wanted to keep it very simple for the retail investor. What we understand that when you give different options like put and call and a floating rate bond, that are being opted majorly by the institutional investors only. So we want to make it more friendly for the retail investors this time.
Sure, ma'am. So that should be something very interesting for our viewers. PFC, as everybody knows, dear viewers, is a major NBFC, Maharatna company. Infrastructure finance basically is something which the company really deals into heavily. The last year profit has been stupendous, plus 21,000 crores. So this is the NCD issue which we have been talking about, getting released in July this month. But coming back to the business, ma'am, a word around the sector outlook. How is the overall outlook looking to you?
See, you know that in India we are one of the maximum growing economies. We have the largest population, that too young population at most. We have been given the target for almost doubling the capacity by 2030 from 400 gigawatt. It is expected that it will be doubled to around 800 gigawatt. With the Honorable Prime Minister Panchamrit elements that 500 gigawatt of the energy from the non-fossil fuel based, and again for by 2030, and again for 2070, we have been given the ambitious target of net zero. So if I talk firstly about the 2030, so doubling the capacity along with the associated transmission and distribution network strengthening, this alone require 31 lakh crore of investment in the power sector. So net zero target by 2070 requires 10 to 20 trillion of US dollar investment, out of which 80% is required for the power sector. So you can see that how much more work is required to be done. We are talking of the energy transition, we are talking of the new technology and making them viable. Apart from this, there is a lot of push for the Make in India, where we want equipment manufacturing for the renewable also to happen in India to address the supply chain. So lot of investment, lot of push for the economic growth, and without power, you can understand that no growth is possible.
Absolutely, it is a backbone.
Right. So all these, and PFC being the major agency for funding for the power sector, I think we have lot of scope for growth and participate in the growth story of it.
Ma'am, if you allow me to interrupt, the current credit growth, are you looking at a sort of much higher credit growth for the second half?
See, I think it would be a very difficult question, but I would say that as of now, if we see that PFC has supported 50% of the installed capacity as of now. And going forward also, we expect that we will, in the same manner, we will be participating. We are growing, but everybody needs to appreciate the growth in the base also. Earlier, if you see 3 years back, we were 2,50,000 crore or 3 lakh crore company. Now we have grown to 4,22,000 crore company. So the growth is, the base is also expanding.
And that too, ma'am, I would like to applaud. The profitability has been stupendous. That is something our viewers should really take note of. And perhaps, ma'am, due to paucity of time, like lack of time, I'll just like to squeeze in one question, last question, and that would be from the perspective of a borrowing program, is that something we should continue to expect, like frequently, maybe 1 month or 2 months, you would continue to sort of come to the market through NCDs? Is that something which is expected?
See, public issuance of NCD, I think it involves a lot of work, preliminary work, and post issuance also, that lot of work is involved. So we would try to bring it on annual basis, but all depends on the response and the market conditions which will be there.
Okay, ma'am. Now, this sounds good. I think for our viewers, and I understand that there's a shortage of time with you, so I think we'll let you go. But for now, from our side, from all our viewers, from all our family, the Nirmal Bang family, we would like to extend all the best wishes for your NCD issue, and also all the best wishes for the upcoming quarter.
Right. Thank you very much. And I would request everyone to consider PFC's bond issue and participate in the India's growth story. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, dear viewers, that's the PFC issue, around 7.5% plus minus 0.05%. That's the NCD issue. You can keep an eye, keep a watch on that. But for now, we come to the end of this show. Thank you for watching us.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell icon to never miss an update from Nirmal Bang.